Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Alilopolis. Greetings, greetings.
Sorry, Josh, I wasn't able to get you a updated song. I
Ah,
was
no
working on
worries.
it and then I made a last minute change and I'm trying to get a tiny house competition board out by the end of the week.
Now recording.
Fuck you, Craig.
Craig.
You're good. No, don't worry about it. It's literally no rush because it's what your baby at that point. I know I've got we've got a stake in it, but it's still your baby. I mean, it's wonderful that we have a true bard in the party to be creating music for us.
Yeah. I'm having definitely a lot of fun with it, so.
Good.
Hey, get away. Do you guys hear? Yes. The ridiculousness. Man. You sound like you're dying. Sorry.
It's still miraculous. We're starting before 7:10. But without that, knocking on wood on that. So I'll just kind of start with a little bit of a recap for what was happening last time. So everybody's, I'm assuming, still starting to load in too.
I think we should all roll d20s first to see who goes this time.
Oh yeah. So you guys can definitely be doing that. If,
We do that in both campaigns?
Oh yeah.
Josh, I wanted to ask you about that. So,
It might be me this time.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
So, I did not use my inspiration last good campaign.
Poof.
However, we have not taken a long or short rest.
Yeah. I
So,
mean,
am I still inspired? If not, it's cool.
yeah, I was gonna say no, just because
Okay.
the way that I was going to be starting to roll this. The other question I was going to ask is, because I've seen two characters already struggle with coming up with something on the spot, and I know it's kind of a superpower of mine, so I was trying to instill it a little bit for you guys. But if you wanted, I could try to come up with the like
Prompt.
yeah, if you will, before and then like post it in the group chat, and then you guys can think about it, and whoever it ends up being, will have something ready. But I kind of liked it being. You guys are surprised by the prompt too?
Yeah, no, I kind of like it being on the spot. I just,
Just making sure.
and I mean, I don't know how everybody else feels, but like,
Well, unless someone rolls a 2 or 1, it's probably going to be me this time.
I mean, I
don't-
feel like
Having it on the
you
spot.
say like, oh, say like an awkward story,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's kind of hard to figure out when your character would just be like randomly blurts out, oh, remember that one time? Like,
Well,
so
that's
funny. So embarrassing for me. Okay, where's my inspiration, DM?
Well, that's the thing about it, is that it's like it doesn't, you don't have to share it, you don't have to blurt it out at all to technically the party. I was having you kind of blurt it out, almost hats off, because it was like it was happening to you in the past and you're remembering it right now.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. I mean, I definitely think that maybe like trying to incorporate is really cool, but like
It's not
I was
necessary.
just
Yeah. It's
yeah.
it can be anything of what happened in your past. Like I said when I was describing it in the beginning, it's kind of just to help you guys like develop your past a little bit, and come up with, get into that character that you're playing, so that you have a sense that, you know, you are this person or this thing, and this is what they did in the past, so now this is what they would do now based upon those events, you know?
Yeah.
I like it. I think that I don't mind you throwing it at us and us coming up with it. I think that's fun, but also it might be more meaningful if it's something that's thought about beforehand, but I really don't mind either way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that gives you two opportunities, because there are the meaningful ones that you can think about for your past, like your big events and everything like that, but these are just like memories that into existence for a second, and you're like, oh yeah, I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And that might lead to this, that, and the other, but it doesn't have to. And it's kind of fun just to hear stories from other people than me.
Yeah. I'm not near my computer at the moment, so I'm just going to tell you that I rolled a 14.
Okay.
I just got home, so I'm going to shove
Yeah, no, take your time. I
one feet in my face.
I was still gonna recap here too, which is you guys were confronted with a dragon walking through the spiral wood forest after leaving the druid's home, and some boars along the way, which the dragon was feasting upon, and upon the actual confrontation, Squall decided to take point, as so to say, and has challenged the dragon to a race towards the druid's massive tree that he was living in. And you guys had just made it all the way through the entrance to the fissure, which you can see lava all around, and there's a kind of a temple-esque gateway down deeper that you're finding as you're finding the path, you come to that point with a giant statue in front of you, and as you can see, and we're waiting to see the result of Squall's race, I guess, to see if he's made it back or if he's been eaten. Also in that too, you're kind of looking around at each other and realizing Igdras had disappeared in the chaos of running across the peninsula.
Which I would say that, like, I understand that Bree has been with us this whole time, but Bree's character, for sure, runs off almost every adventure we do. So I feel like we would not be phased at all. Be like, oh, Idril's gone again. We might see him or might not. Like,
I was gonna say, would we even notice?
I mean, you could roll a perception, but I'm telling you, you notice, because you guys are taking stock right now. You're like, Shia, Thea, Frederick, Hamilton, okay, Idril? I know Squall's over there. Wait, where? Anyone see Idril? You know, on the other side. So that's why I assumed you guys would kind of notice at least a little bit.
yeah, that's a good point. I think we notice. I mean, this is just Shia speaking. And it's just like a notice, but she mentally notes that, like, oh, Idril will pop back in at any time. So it's not absurd. But I think maybe in, like, 3 days, Shia will get, like, suspicious where he went. So that's where Shia's head's at.
That's fair.
How long has Squall been missing? Oops.
You seen him fly after the dragon, as if chasing it, less than 5 minutes ago. And
Before I start, sorry, this is not related, but my grandma sent me a text where the word "how" was spelled "ho," and I'm not mature enough for that. Unrelated. I feel like I would be worried that Squall is not in sight, and I'm a giant eagle. So
An actual giant eagle, not a supermarket.
I wish that I had the power to wild shape into the market district.
That'd be awesome.
Need some.
I feel like Mime, of all people, would be super excited.
They are
Yes, very excited. I also have that tiny chef, so that would be good for all of us.
in the other campaign, not this one, so that would be perfect for this one.
Oh. Is it the other one? Okay,
Mhm.
well, whatever.
Because
My bad.
you're good. No bad transpired.
Where
You need
where
to
is Shia?
still roll, by the way, Zeph.
Okay.
For
I
the
wasn't sure if I was.
the D20. Oh, right, no, you're not. You don't. I was just going through the people, so you've already done it, so you don't have to.
Wait, we have to roll a d20?
Yes, if you would for me, Kat.
Yes.
I don't think you've got to experience this yet, because you missed the last two.
Yeah, I was a little ill. Sorry.
No, no
I
reason
guess
to be.
it's not gonna be me this time.
No reason. reason to be sorry. So what you just rolled and didn't realize you rolled is that you were kind of catching bits and pieces of it, but basically, I started this prompt, if you will, each week, and it'll change each week too for the different campaigns. But what's basically happening is if you get the lowest roll, you're getting a flashback from your past, and you have to tell a story based upon the prompt that I come up with,
Okay.
and from Kat's past, and and that could, depending upon the prompt, have ramifications or not. It could just be a story, but essentially by the end of your telling your story, you get inspiration, and that inspiration is 1d20 roll to any roll that you will roll today, but at the end of the day, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Okay.
Use mine last time.
So what is the prompt? And when do I have said flashback?
You can have the flashback whenever you want. Because it could be the same thing. If you don't end up having a flashback, you just won't get the inspiration. But you've won this magnificent prize of a prompt about something in your youth that captured your attention fully and utterly. Like, you were super entranced by it.
Fully and utterly?
Yep. And if you need some time to think about it, it doesn't have to happen right this second.
Oh, I think I can make something up right now.
Do it.
Okay, well, so I'm having a flashback, and this is to myself. Does anybody else see this?
No.
Or is this just so they can hear and have, like, a nice little image in their head?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a little story kind of to get us in the mood and get you in character, as well as, like, help you build your backstory a little bit.
Character.
It's in the mood.
I'm a chicken. Okay. As a young man, I remember studying under my master and being very enthralled by this book of incredibly hard to read text in another language that I was just barely learning when the most beautiful woman walked by. She
A man?
was enchanting. And I was obsessed with her for weeks. And the very first time I approached her, she turned me down. But I never gave up. Approaching women, that is.
Cat wasn't always a chicken.
That was a fucking playboy, it sounds like.
Maybe, perhaps.
Maybe that's why he's a chicken now.
He chickened out. I forgot
I need to-
indignantly. I feel like I need to create a subclass that's like dad jokes.
Oh my goodness,
Jess,
yes.
I was really hoping when you went to do your flashback, you would just go bok 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 bok. That's my flashback.
I know. I was like, do I
Seed.
like say this in common, or just the chicken, but gawking to myself, and everyone's like, is the chicken okay?
So, is chicken a language? And if it's a language, does that mean people here could learn it?
Technically,
I'm
not
going to Google
incorrect.
right now.
Not incorrect. But you can, in this world at least, you can just learn beast. I think it is. Something along those lines. Thea, I think, has speak with animals. That's what the spell would be, but there is an actual language. I think it's just beast.
So right now I'm a giant eagle, so I have giant eagle pulled up, and its language is giant eagle. So maybe it's the same for chicken.
I look up
wait,
eagle and I
wait.
gawk.
Wait,
Spread
so
my
does-
wings.
Does that implies that giant eagles couldn't communicate with regular eagles?
That does imply that, yes. Does that mean so? I have a question about that. Can I communicate with Cat and can I communicate with Squall as a giant eagle?
Is it really giant eagle? Is the speak?
I'm so glad that I opened this bucket of worms.
Yeah, it says languages.
Giant eagle understands common and Aoran. Auran.
Oh, that's bird.
Can't-
That's,
but can't speak.
The bird people. Right?
No.
Yeah, I
Like
think
squall?
that's like
Aarakocra.
Oh. Yes, you are right.
Yeah, I don't know what Aoran is, but I can understand it. Apparently too.
Just a random language that giant eagles understand.
Yeah, I think that would be the problem is like having the correct mouth to and like vocal
Yeah, 'cause
ability.
technically the eagle and the chicken both don't have lips.
Yeah.
So Aran is a dialect of primordial. It's the elemental plane of air dialect.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
so Squall, you might be able to speak with Squall then in that regard. Well, no, you can't speak it. Never mind. It just says you can understand that. You can only speak giant eagle.
Wait, are you an air Genasi?
Mm-hmm.
Do you speak that?
So that's a good question because whenever I was setting up my character, it says all Genasi speak primordial. So would I understand all dialects of primordial?
I would
Well,
say,
I also speak primordial.
but
Okay.
it could be one of those things too that in this case where like you understand it but you can't speak it probably. Just because of your background, I would say.
Yeah, so like I kind of just figured like primordial is the base language and then like Orin and then there's other ones for like fire and earth and water. But I just figured they were like it'd kind of be like English is the main language, but then there's
Australian
Like-
and British English
yeah, and like we could still understand what they're saying
for the
for the
most
most
part.
part.
Accents.
It's
They
just
have
different,
accents.
yeah, different accents and different like slang terms
Yeah.
for things.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I was just going to say they use different words to explain things, but splaying terms is a better way because it's sometimes I know when I'm listening to British too, I'm like, what are you talking about? A windscreen? Oh, you mean windshield? Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, or hair tie.
I don't know what
Bin.
that one is in
At a
British.
trash can.
It's a ponytail,
Oh,
hair tie, a hair, holder.
oh no, I meant like I thought they. I guess I knew what a hair tie was. I just didn't. I thought there was another one in British. That's all.
Oh, no. Nope.
Like you were saying, though, rubbish bin is what they call trash cans.
They call the toilet a loo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Potato
lorry.
chips or crisps.
Lift
Yeah.
instead of an elevator.
Ground floor is a first floor.
Yep.
Pisses me off.
Metric instead of, what is it, imperial units? Fucking metric.
Fucking
Freedom
Celsius.
units.
Yeah.
Freedom
What?
units over here. They're freedom units over here. That's how we measure things.
Freedom units. I like that.
I really think we should get it renamed that because Imperial just does not apply anymore. It should be called Freedom
No.
Units.
Yeah.
And we're like one of the only countries that uses it still, so I feel like we have the authority to change the name.
Yeah.
So
Well, what's weird, Britain still uses miles, and their cars, their speedometers, it's miles per hour, like it is over here. But
No.
yeah, it is, but they measure, like when they measure stuff, it's all metric. They use like bits and pieces of imperialism, which is weird.
I
Old
thought
habits die hard.
I thought their cars were kilometers per mile or per hour. I mean.
Nope, miles per hour.
So there's an interesting. Okay, so someone said lorry. So the real name for those trucks is tractor, trailers, or semi truck and semi trailer. What do you think came first, a semi truck or a semi trailer?
The name or the
truck?
thing?
The thing.
Probably a
What?
semi-trailer.
A truck, because what would pull the trailer?
Okay, so
A car.
the thing that came first was a semi trailer, because a semi trailer is a singled axled trailer. Because back before that, they had basically like carriages. They had a front axle and a rear axle. So a trailer with one axle in the rear was a semi trailer.
Oh.
And then you have a semi truck to pull that, which got made around the same time, but later.
We need like the more you know.
Facts.
Facts.
Great intro though. But it beeth thine turn, Thea.
Oh. Okay. I think that I would have followed Squall as a giant eagle. So I'm gonna use my speed and probably get nowhere near them, but it's unsettling that a dragon and Squall just flew into the woods 5 minutes ago.
Actually, and it does look like
Especially because we couldn't hear them, right?
she. I mean, not that anyone knows because she's invisible. I forgot about that last bit there too.
Okay, so if I'm down here towards the mouth opening of this lava stuff, can I see or hear the dragon or Squall with keen sight?
You notice a red blip off in the distance, probably about 200, almost 300 feet away in this general direction.
Does it look
In the
like
south.
it's attacking?
West. No, it looks like it's flying directly towards the tree as much as possible.
Okay, I'm just gonna yell "Squall" in my best Squall impersonation that my eagle mouth can make. Oh.
It would be understandable to squall as a squall.
Cool. I'm really far away from him, I think, but yeah.
But I would definitely say squall roll a perception at this point.
Gotcha.
Probably with disadvantage because you're focused on that target.
Right.
And Zeph is on deck.
Okay.
Oof. 9.
And a 23, if only.
Right.
So you definitely did not hear Thea's squall for you. It sounded like there was some other birds cawing off in the distance, but you're trying to not let it distract you from your
Wait.
goal.
So
Squalling for Squall, his autobiography.
does Shia hear Thea try to get Squall's attention?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So like, if Shia tried to sing Squall's song, could we make another attempt?
I would say, but if you're doing the bardic inspiration version of that, you would have to wait for your turn. Which
I think I'm just gonna sing. Like, I'm not gonna use a bardic inspiration. Like, I'm just gonna see if he can like hear my bum 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 to the window, to the squall, to the squall. Like, see if he can, because you know how sometimes like you're really far away, but you can kind of hear a rhythm.
yeah.
You know, like you hear like the rhythm going. Maybe he recognizes the rhythm.
Just
So
roll
I
a regular perception for me, Squall.
Gotcha. One, 2.
You start to kind of jive to the rhythm without even really realizing. And you're like, wait a second, I think I hear my tune?
I'm gonna like slow down and ponder like where's that like someone trying to get my attention or something?
Zeph, be it thine turn, it looks like.
Okay. Don't really know what to do here. 'Cause everybody's together.
So we're still in combat?
We are, because of
The evil's gonna come back?
well, the dragon. I hate to
Oh,
let
right, dragon.
hate to let things just happen over here and you guys run off in the other direction. Plus, you guys are kind of waiting on Squall at this point, so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass my turn because I know we're kind of just waiting. Like, I just saw Thea take off after Squall.
So while that's happening, I'm gonna because talking's a free act, or I can talk anytime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap on the torque and I'm gonna be like, hey, Squall, what's your situation?
Dragon is flying towards the big tree we're in. I am going to try and stop him, but I don't know if how well that's gonna turn out. My original plan was just to ditch him, but I can't remember the two guys' names that were in that treehouse.
Pop Dart and
Mohawk.
Mohawk.
Mohawk and Pop-Tart? Is that what I heard?
Yep.
Alright.
You are correct, sir.
They're headed towards...
It's pronounced pop art.
The dragon's headed towards Mohawk and Pop-Tart's tree. And I don't want him to fuck up the tree, so I'm going to see if I can't just get him away from that then. Then I'm going to make my way back to you guys after I lose the dragon.
Isn't Mohawk
No.
like hundreds of years old? I feel like he could handle the tree himself.
Well, so I'm gonna chime in and go, Well, I mean, if you
Hold on.
start flying away, I'm sure the dragon's going to start coming after you because he's going to get pissed that, you didn't keep up your deal. I don't know. I think the tree is just like a finish line. Like burning the finish line, attacking the finish line just kind of doesn't make a whole tons of sense. But I definitely understand where your head's at.
I think I saw something I wasn't supposed to.
You naughty
Uh,
boy.
I accidentally clicked on something because of apparently the number 5 was that, and I was just messing with my keyboard.
Okay.
But what you're experiencing right now, Squall, is the dragon making it all the way to the finish line, doing a barrel roll and a backflip and turning back around and just kind of like doing a victory flying dance right at the tree. But then it would be Mime's turn, because Thomas Hamilton at this point is currently just kind of staring at you guys, waiting to see what's happening.
So the dragon, I'm just making sure, confirming that I see this correctly on my map. The dragon has moved. It is at the tree.
You wouldn't know that without Squall's confirmation, but
Ah, gotcha.
because it is
Okay,
like
so we haven't heard
hundreds of feet away. But yes.
I have those eagle eyes. You know, it was a feature of me. Well, so this thing over here, is this open? Is there a roof over this? Like, when does outside become inside?
There's some steps right at the base of it, behind the statue, which turns into a little covered archway that you can see, and it's all made out of stone, and just beyond that kind of is a bit of darkness that you can't see past, because it's just the entry into a pavilion of sorts.
Oh, lovely. I'm gonna look at the group and say, hey guys, should we start heading towards cover? Because regardless what happens, it's probably better if when the dragon, like we can't help Squall where he is right now, so standing out here in the open doesn't help anybody. But if the dragon comes back, I personally would rather be undercover than just standing here.
I begot agreement.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan.
Oh, also, by the way,
So I'm gonna move over here.
technically, Kat, you're in Mime's bag currently, so you're along for the
I
ride.
moved with her.
Yep. You're basically waking up at this point, like in Mime's pack. So kind of fitting.
In that flashback I was having, and I woke up from it.
Yep.
Like, oh, that pretty lady. Oh shit, where the fuck am I?
Pretty much.
In an oven? Why is it so hot in here?
I have nightmares about this.
And then
My
it's back.
mother always told me to watch out for the man named the Colonel.
No, not the girl.
Back to the Squall.
Alrighty, so.
Fly, you fools.
Alright. So you said the dragon was just kind of gloating and
At the tree. Yep.
doing backflips and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to double back.
Oh.
So. No. I'm doubling back. Or I could try and convince the dragon to be my friend. Both sounds. I don't know what I want.
What
yeah, just...
did he say? Didn't you say he would like let him eat you or something like that? Or is it just all the gold in your pocket?
It was all the valuables. Yeah, all the golden like treasure I had.
Okay.
What happened?
They were talking about the deal they made before they started the race.
It's like you could easily like be like, wow, you're absolutely the best flyer, my dude. Like if he comes.
Flattery never hurts.
I would just dive into like the thick trees.
Yeah, but then they're gonna start burning the trees.
Yeah, that's
Better than death.
Not if you burn alive in those trees.
Yes, but it's better than total death, like just in the open. They call that
I
concealment.
mean, but he's not gonna kill him.
Are you going to let him take your stuff?
It's better than death.
Yeah, all right.
We
So
can adventure for more.
I kind of figured that he wasn't going to do that.
All right. My movement speed gets me there, but then can I just dash for another movement?
Yep. That's what you were doing before.
All right, that gets me there.
And as you get... Go ahead.
I see that just my turn.
Okay. It would technically be your turn then, Frederick, and then Thea, and then Zeph.
I'm going to inspect the statue. Or investigation.
Okay.
Or perception. Which one should I... I'm going to go with investigation.
Yeah, if you're not moving towards it, I would say perception too, actually, instead. But if you're moving towards it, and then, like...
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I move towards it, and I
see
get
the
22.
22. Okay. So you're looking at it. You're looking it all over. I mean, it looks stable, but massive. The thing is standing an easy 75 feet in the air to the top of its head, and it's got a mace. You thought it was gold, but it looks kind of like it's plated in gold, potentially, as you're like looking at the craftsmanship. So it's probably some sort of solid stone underneath, and the rest of it's made out of stone. It's a really good stonework, though, you're looking at. And anything, if you're looking for particulars, what you're searching on the statue, but otherwise it looks like a really well-made statue.
Is there like a plaque or anything?
There are some symbols at his feet that he's standing on, but otherwise no verbiage.
Symbols?
Mm-hmm.
Dwarven symbols?
They look a little Dwarven-esh, but not of the Dwarven spoken language. Of the Dwarven runic language, you're surmising, potentially.
About primordial.
Negative. Almost a mixture of primordial and Dwarven.
Well, I know both of those languages.
And you're kind of surmising that it had to have been made by the dwarves, especially just because of the craftsmanship, and that the maybe as a commission, though, because the building behind it isn't dwarven in nature, but the statue is so pristine that you couldn't imagine anybody else doing it. And then the symbols themselves underneath kind of surmise something along the lines of the protector of Tarith, the world you find yourself on, not of Helm, which you're familiar of, but it seems to be of a different form of him, potentially.
Interesting.
Almost in a aggressive form, especially because you're just looking at the statue. More of an offensive instead of a defensive helm.
Okay. That's my turn. I gotta be right back.
Okay, Thea?
Wow, I wish I had been thinking about what I was going to do instead of just staring into space. I'm going to keep flying.
Keep flying, flying, flying.
It's just 80 is a lot of movement, not used to that counting, you know. All right, I assume I still can't see them.
You see the dragon looking like it's doing pirouettes in the air. Because it is a massive creature. I mean, you're easily 200 feet away from it right now. You were almost 300 feet before. But it's still its scales are also lustrous in this light. It's kind of catching as it's doing its moves in the air, acrobatics.
Okay, I can't do anything else right now, but I'm gonna like keep my eye on that situation to make sure that things don't go south.
Okay. Zeph?
I guess if we're going inside, I'm gonna move over here, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. My internet's being a butt.
Yeah, mine's being weird.
I'm turning off my camera. Might help. Might help a little bit.
I think what happened in the world if all the internet just went out.
We go to chaos. People lose their mind.
Everything would shut down.
We would all, but like, everything would shut down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it says at the top that it's the adult dragon's turn, even though this turn order thing doesn't say anything. Anyways, it turns basically back to you, kind of settles in the air, and it screams off to you, "Ha ha! Beat ya, little bird man! Where's
Yeah.
where's all that gold and jewels you promised me?"
Well, I did promise you it, so I'm gonna over to so he's gonna get 9 gold, 8 copper, an amber piece, a garnet, and a ruby. So I'll hand over the treasure nicely, and I'm gonna like hold back, see what his reaction is to it.
I caught most of that. It sounded roboty on my end, but basically he responds with, "You have a deal, little bird. Still, I'll spare your life for that. I've been collecting quite a hoard," and he kind of pats his stomach.
Okay, well, since you let me live and since you're such a great guy, I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out a loaf of bread. I was like, since you're sparing my life, I will share one of my greatest treasures with you and throw him over a loaf of bread.
He would snatch it out of the air, supposedly, since you guys are both up at like 300 feet or so. And it's excellent. Thank you.
Right? Yeah, man. Like, hey, if you want, man, if you're into treasure and stuff, and you like this bread, you want to, like, come join our group?
I'm not much for groups. I generally just take what I want, usually.
Yeah, but aren't you, like, just lonely or something? Just chilling out all by yourself all the time?
I have my nest mate back in the caverns. I'm kind of out collecting for that. Create that nest egg, if you get what I mean.
Oh, they make
I fully understand where you're coming from. Alrighty, well, I'm perceiving that everything between me and him's cool. Probably feeling that, like, they had plenty of time to escape, so it's like, alright, Mr. Dragon, I'll let you do your thing. I'm gonna go home. I'm just gonna start flying off towards the other direction.
Combat is over, so you guys do have free movement, and he just kind of nods to you and flies off even farther into the distance, south, the opposite direction you're going.
Alright, and I'm just gonna make my way back.
Out of there.
You made it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
I'm glad I did not die.
Skin the dragon if he's lonely.
Hey, man. It'd be cool if we had a pet dragon just, chilling with us. Probably couple, more construction and whatnot. Yeah. So,
all right, so we're gonna go inside of the. I mean, good work. Good work, Squall.
Combat.
So should we wait? Should we wait for Squall to get back? Well, we can all encounter whatever we're gonna encounter as a party.
Also, Shia is still invisible, so you guys are like, wait, where's Shia? I thought she was here.
I'm gonna fly back with Squall.
I understand it's any cool.
Yeah, is it friendly?
Yeah.
I think you've seen Thea change into the bird before you left.
Okay. I wasn't. I mean, it was only like. I've seen the guy
I'll just yell. Oh.
Change.
You guys all.
Can I have like a character change where they still have the green mohawk, Like she has a few green feathers on the top. Just like it keeps like some characteristics.
Like a cartoon version of whatever animal I'm turning into.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I disconnected and reconnected and it sounded so much better. You guys were starting to sound like Wally.
Oh.
Yeah, you were doing the same thing. On my side too.
Strange.
Now that combat has ended, my character is going to do a quick loop around the statue looking for secrets. Instead of just like looking at the front of it.
Okay, so that was what that religion check was, or did I scroll back too far, or were you going to roll?
Yeah, I was going to roll.
Okay, I think
So
yeah, I think that was from last session. Never mind.
So what should I roll?
Secrets. Definitely a investigation again.
How tall is this
Statue?
enclosed area?
Oh, enclosed area. It's probably, it's not. It's probably only half the height of the statue, so probably only like 35 feet, 30, somewhere in that range at the peak.
So I got 17 on my second investigation.
Shia, are you gonna roll athletics then for me? I guess.
Yep. I was
Okay.
waiting for everyone's turn to be done.
Yep. Yeah. No, there are no more turns. Is actually what I was saying too when I was
Well,
being all robot-y. So you're out.
Speaking. Yeah, but people are speaking.
Oh, I'm following you now. Sorry.
Yep.
I see. I just turned the dynamic lighting is what it's called that gives you your visibility and such back on. So I was just clicked on your character and realized that you probably don't even know what's in front of you right at this point. That's why I was asking. But dang, yeah. So you like backflip over these stones to the rest of your party here. But investigation-wise, Frederick, you're looking at the bottom of the statue, and you're looking at it, and you're going, "Hey, looks like it was carved out of the rock that was originally here, along with this plaza to some degree. It doesn't seem like there's any switches or levers or buttons. Nothing seems to be hidden out of it, though."
Okay.
How long does your invisibility last, by the way, Shia? I was trying to scroll back to it. Oh, here it is. Up to 1 hour. Okay.
It can. So depends on.
I was just going to start moving you guys to the temple map if you are all going in there, though.
Boom.
Captain.
As long as I can fit it as a giant eagle, then yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the archway, you might have to, like, pull your wings in as you go through the archway. But, not by much.
I walk up to Mimi and I tap her shoulder and run away.
Abagok. What was that?
Mime like spins around in circles, trying to figure out where it came from.
Do you guys see my aura?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can see your like light blue or a thing.
Okay, cool.
Can't see anything. Is what gum's made of.
There is a person,
Oh,
I think.
do you guys remember what happened to Gunther? I've been trying to remember.
He should be with us. I don't think anything happened to him.
That's what I thought.
We just have not acknowledged his presence for a while.
Who's Gunther?
Oh no.
He's just been following
That's
along.
not a good sign.
He's just been following along.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's excited about the woods. He's doing, dog stuff in the woods.
Dog stuff in the wood.
Peeing on
Yeah.
trees.
So I'm guessing that's what's in front of me.
Yeah,
That's not what I was talking about.
that was Gunther. That land that was in front of you. The blink dog.
I was actually talking about the person.
Where art thou? Are you inside already? No. That's what I thought not.
Right there.
Yeah. Hamilton?
Oh, that's Hamilton.
Yeah. Even funnier, because you guys have traveled for days before that you met the
Who
first.
the fuck is this bastard?
I feel like you changed his person.
He
And
may
I-
have.
Are we supposed to be inside?
You guys are just through the archway in that little, like, vestibule. There is a door just
Negative.
past it. I'm getting there. I don't think...
Okay.
I don't think I got Mime.
Nope.
There you are. There we go. Am I missing somebody else?
Me, the chicken.
Yeah. You guys were traveling together. That's right. There we go. I think I got you now. Yep, you're on Mime's face, visibly,
He's
anyways.
So far zoomed out. Why does it do that?
Did I turn the? Yeah, I turned that back on. I can turn off these health bars now, because they add a lot of clutter.
Why is
Haha.
Chase Hamilton was like his health bar was orange?
You can change that, actually. You can change it to whatever color you want from the sheet.
Hmm.
Show name labels. There we go. Because you guys prefer that. But
Can.
you step through a slightly ajar door there, Frederick, up to a set of stairs into a what looks like well manicured set of stones, as you were observing before, potentially of dwarven make, just because of the precision it would have to make these cut these stones.
Mm-hmm.
And it's of a material you're not quite familiar with, of like a goldeny yellow stone.
Is the stone like new and clean and pristine, or is this like Skyrim dwarvish dungeon?
It's not new. New. Definitely older. And you've broken the meme. But it is definitely older. It's not pristine. I think I answered your question with that, but it is well kept. And Mime, you've walked directly up to an older gentleman who just is leaning against a staff and staring into a globe on the floor when you walk up. And he...
Is his name Fart?
Old Fart. And as what he looks like. And he just says, "Hey! Who the leck I am, lassie?"
Well, jeez.
Finger guns. Mime's all finger guns.
I'm still invisible, by the way.
I see that.
I
see you beat bopping around.
Yeah. I figured I'm just going to wait until. So I'm not gonna be the one speaking, is what I'm saying.
I'm going to be a giant bird that is like just walking on 2 feet.
Oh, okay.
Are you just gonna hop around like Robbins?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm not flying around here. I'm being a civilized bird. I'm kind of following Mime and Frederick's lead though.
He's like, "Leck mich doch in fucking hell are you?"
Bless you. Oh, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I'm back, sorry.
You're good.
Old Fart look like?
He's hunched over. He's got a staff, but he's also got really well maintained clothing that are similar to the colors that you're seeing throughout the temple. You're assuming that he's something to he's supposed to be here almost, it seems like, you know. He's part of the building almost.
He's human or
He looks to be
Human-like?
human, yes.
He appears human.
Yep.
I
Can
just like.
anybody read the symbols? The runes?
What are the symbols?
Are they dwarvish?
Negative.
Are they
Are we
primordial?
Can I roll
Yes.
an investigation? Oh wait, you said they're primordial.
I believe they would be primordial, and it has to do with the elements and the moon and the positioning of it in relationship with the rest of the system is what you're gathering, but you don't really understand it in the context. Like, it is primordial, but it doesn't make sense to you.
I just
Or I
relayed
can
that
read it, but I
information.
don't get it.
Yeah.
It's talking about the moon position in relation to the system.
In relationship to Tareth.
Tareth.
Yeah, and as you're looking kind of around, you're drawing some other symbology to the two moons that circle Tareth, symbolized by these two thrones that are off to the side.
Oh, thrones. I thought they were portals.
They're giant daises with a seat of sorts on top of them.
Are we still in combat?
No.
No.
Are you in? Okay, you are in here. Okay, just making sure that you made it up into here.
Are
Up
the
into her.
pillars also like covered in like runes and stuff?
They are. They seem to be almost older than the rest of the things in the area, though, and they're less of pillars and more of obelisks. They don't reach the ceiling. They come to a point.
Can I try and read and understand the runes?
Yes, but as you're doing so, there's a old fart that walks up to you and goes, "What the lack are you doing here, lassie? I think I don't see so good. What are you doing?"
I was
I'm with
waiting.
them, and I'm just gonna kind of motion to everybody else.
You wave to him and then motion to everyone else, you said?
No, I'm just gonna say I'm with them, and
Oh.
then kind of just motion to everybody else.
I'm with them.
Yeah.
Who the lack are you, though? And all of these? I'm sure fine lacking folk.
I'm gonna kind of squint. What does he look like?
He's
An
hunched,
old white dude.
hunched over. He's got a bald pape that's circled by a fine, very bare minimum of hair, and he's on a cane of sorts that he's hunched over on, holding himself up with. He's kind of hobbled over to you.
And he's human.
Mm-hmm. And he's squinting at you,
Hmm.
like he can't quite see.
I'm
I'm
going to
gonna-
peck at his shoes.
You're gonna what? His shoes?
I'm gonna peck at his shoes.
Oh, peck.
I'm just gonna say.
Oh, whose
we're
cock
just
is
some-
this?
I'm gonna kind of like. I'm just gonna be like, oh, I'm so sorry, and I'm gonna kind of scoop Cat up and start petting him. And I'm gonna be like, oh, we're just some adventurers that we saw this lovely structure come out of the ground, and we decided we'd check it on out.
We've been here for centuries. What do you mean come out the ground? And some of these other dandies in the temple running off screaming lava and shit. I ain't left my temple in 100 years almost.
Your temple.
I?
And,
sorry.
and what temple is this?
This is a temple of the moons and of Elmar and Igdras.
And you are.
Oh, well, I mean, it's rude to enter someone's home without introducing yourself, but I guess I'll go first to make you feel more comfortable. You wee twat. My name is Das.
Last name Boot.
Hey, we got a funny one over here.
Pause. Quick, out of sight. I really want to cast sleep on him. I don't want to deal with it.
But we might need his knowledge and information.
Just
Well,
go.
he'll wake
night,
up. He
night.
won't die. I just want to not deal with him right now.
I mean, what else is around us? So we just walked into this castle that's appearing.
Are these doors?
On the other side, there are doors, and you assume they lead down deeper into the fissure. This is not a castle, mind you. This is, as you could have seen even from your standing position, was only an entrance into the fissure. The castle was farther off into the lava.
Oh.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna
Lava.
cast detect magic.
Does anything happen when I walk up here?
Should I cast detect magic?
Nothing
Hold on.
happens when you walk up there, Mime, other than the old crotchety fucker turn into you. Oi! You wee pup, get off there! It's a holy seat!
I just see us like completely ignoring him. Like he's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And then you guys just like read the letters on the floor. And he goes, "Oh, this is what this means. Oh, look at this letter on the floor." He's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Like we're
cast
just
detect magic.
walking everywhere.
A poor
How
old
tall is this?
librarian. Just getting annoyed.
So, Frederick, as soon as you cast Detect Magic on yourself, the sphere that this old gentleman was staring at is very vibrant in a hue of colors, but prevalently a whitish aura. And the thrones are similarly hewn, except that their prevalent aura is actually... so if you're scrolling back through the pins, the white is divination. And the thrones, however, are more of a silver going on red. Silver is enchantment, and red is evocation. And
I relay that information.
Mime, you were pinging that, which is
Yeah, what is this?
is a obelisk, similar to one you had seen previously.
Is there stuff written on it?
There is, in a language
Is it?
that is
What's...
potentially unreadable, but you are hearing other people saying primordial.
Okay. I mean, I can't read that. I'm assuming I don't want to climb on it. I did want to climb on it. I was going to ask you if it was climbable, but if it's an obelisk, it's probably too tall.
It is straight up. There are smaller ledges at the bottom where the writing is and such.
Does anything happen when I stand on this one?
Oi! Miss! What in the hell?
Doc, I'm sorry. Real quick, I was grabbing my notebook. What'd you say the name of the two moons were?
Elmar. So Elmar and Igdras. Igdras. And you all know that the red one is Elmar and the other one, Igdras, was the green one that's turned blue.
So I think we can it's safe to say that he isn't going to attack us, because I feel like we've provoked him enough to where he would have by now.
Mm-hmm. I think that too.
Hey Josh, I was. Can I? Where did he go?
He ran after Mime on the south portion of you who had
Oh.
climbed up the other diocese there.
His name is not Doss. That's why. Okay.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
looking for old fart.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna like walk behind him and then undo my invisibility and then like walk up around him because I'm guessing he can't really see too well. So me just appearing as a part of this group won't be too shocking.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, so can you explain why your home is the entrance to the fissure?
It is a fissure around here. There was never a fissure. We are next to the Spiderwood Forest.
The what?
Spiral Wood Forest.
Spiderwood Forest. Oh, okay. Wonderful, thank you. Okay, so your house is being swallowed by the lava fissure.
Elmar would never let that happen.
Who's Elmar?
Elmar. Elmar is the goddess of the red moon that circles our planet. Have you not heard?
Heard what? Of Elmar? Elmar? Yeah, Elmir.
She is the protector of Tarth, born of Allopolis.
Oh. So then she's the protector.
Wait, born of Al.
What's the other one?
So she's like our cousin?
Cousin.
Igdras.
Wanna go bowling?
Igdras is, to answer your question in your apparent ignorance, is that, well, can be many things as interpreted, but her main role being that of seer, of watcher, kind of reports back to Elmar.
But
But
there'd
that-
be a reason for her to change color.
There might be. Her other role is that of deceiver.
Perfect.
Wait. Can someone type the two gods that he just referenced?
Oh, I added an R in that second one.
That's okay.
And when Igdras turns into the deceiver, I think that would make sense for what has happened to the temple. It can no longer access the passages.
What passages?
Oh, may not have heard of such a thing, but I have we have a chest of desire here that we imbue upon adventurers searching
Ooh.
for the path to enlightenment.
Oh shit.
Enlightenment.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna get right up next to him and be like, well, we have been chosen by Alilopolis to go on a path of enlightenment. And I'm going to, like, get up close to, like, hopefully, like, point to my neck and show him my torque.
I'm gonna stand intimidatingly behind her as a really large bird.
I'm gonna stretch my neck up as far as I can to get as close to his face as I can and just gawk menacingly.
You want to jump on my shoulder there, Kat? You can
Yes.
You
hop
seem
up on my shoulder because I'm right in front of him. Actually, you on my shoulder might
We're
be in his
just
face.
all fucking swarming this guy right now.
Oh, yeah.
My character in the background, just because I think it would be funny, is going to drop both their shields and do like a bodybuilder pose.
Oh shit. Well, so as you guys are all doing that, he basically ignores all of you other than Zeph, and he kind of leans hunched overly with the hand that he's not using to hold the staff, and he goes, "May I?" to the torque, and to hold it closer to his face, asking.
I mean, you can lean in closer.
And he does such, and he kind of cups the torque just enough to pull it, like, less than an inch from his eye. From his eye. And
Zeph
he's
starts coughing. She's
he's-
being, like, choked out.
staring at it. And, it seems you are, and he looks up at your face. Zephyrus?
Nope,
Correct.
just Zeph.
That sounds awfully close to a young maiden of a similar blue hue I'd known from a friend far off in a mountain home long ago.
Wait. You know these people?
And, what exactly did this friend look like?
He kind of just gets a grin on his face, and he says, he turns back to Shia. A lot bigger than this scaly one here.
Of a silver color?
Aye.
When was the last time you saw them?
Many moons ago. But I was instructed, if I did ever cross your path, never thinking that it would actually occur, to give you this note. And he kind of ruffles around. A minute, it's been long since I've seen it. And he's like rummaging around in his cloak. It looks like pulling out like pockets. And like, nope. And he drops some like bits and bobs. It just looks like pencils and paintbrushes and stuff on the ground.
Can I try to, like, this might be stretching it, use my past conniving experience and ways and kind of suss out where the note might be and just pick it out of his pocket as he's, like, fumbling about looking for it?
I would almost say that's an intuition at that point.
I don't have intuition as a skill.
It's not intuition then.
Insight?
That's the word.
Ooh, okay. That's a 16.
Nice. As you're grabbing for it, he grabs it at the same time. He looks up. Ha! He said you're going to be the handsy type.
I'm gonna kind of laugh and be like, I was just trying to help.
Well, it is yours. It is from apparently your mother. when they'd left you at their doorstep, they hadn't the heart to give it to you in person.
I dropped the bird disguise. I feel like this is important.
Shit. Is it sealed at all, or is it just like kind of tied? Is there like any kind of like
there's
wax sealing on it? Or...
There are actually
Holy shit! That's a big thing.
Hell yeah.
there are actually
Pick shit up.
the wax seal on it, and it is tied, so it is both.
Okay. What's the seal look like?
It's oddly enough, looks like a padlock.
Would I recognize it?
General wisdom check, I would say.
I'm just trying to see, like, do I recognize it as like my actual like mother, like my old house's symbol, or the people who tried to say that they were my family and raised me symbol? You know,
It's
like,
definitely...
That's why I was just wondering. So you said history?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, history actually is better.
8.
You know for sure that this is not the one that said that you were their family and just raised you.
Okay. I'm gonna open it. But I'm gonna kind of like make sure I'm like kind of turned and like so that I'm facing everybody so that like I can make sure nobody's like reading over my shoulder or anything.
Oh, okay. Other than it looks like squalls hanging out behind you, but...
Yeah. And I'm just gonna open it and kind of skim through it real fast.
And the gist of it that you're gathering in the beautiful scrawling script that you assume is your mother's, signed, which is what you looked at first because you had not known your mother's name.
What?
I was going back and forth between like 5 different things in my head, and then I just couldn't settle. My brain is still scrolling like a freaking die right now. Patois. I'll try to spell it later.
Okay.
And when you read back up through it and you read down through it, as you said, skimming it, you basically get the gist that she was hoping to meet you, and obviously at the time when you're able to read this, because what child can read a note? She seems to be writing it fervently and quickly at the same time, still beautifully, not understanding of childly ways either, because her request in that is for you to B&E into a couple different vaults for her, and then she'll be in contact.
Another bitch. Okay, can I tell, this might be stretching it too. So you said I can kind of tell that it was written like kind of in haste.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get the sense, like, can I tell how old this letter is? Like,
You
Can
look,
I tell
you,
if this is when I got kidnapped?
you look at it and you see that the edges are well worn.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of look at him and be like, "Where did you get this?"
Oi, from the I just told you, you bloody fucking Christ. The silver dragons in the mountains.
Did they tell you how they came about this letter?
They said there was a wee lass that appeared at the entrance of the caves. And she was blue. From head to toe. Even her hair.
Dubba dee dubba die.
I'm just gonna kind of like shove the letter in, like I'm gonna fold it up real teeny tiny and just kind of shove it in my coin purse.
Okay.
I don't want to shove it in my backpack because I've got a lot of gooey stuff in there.
Okay.
All right.
As you'd shifted back, Thea, by the way, Zeph, you're noticing a glowing coming from Thea's backpack.
Thea,
Yeah.
you're glowing.
Yeah, there's nothing to see here. Wait, is the glowing something that I know about?
It doesn't look like from your angle, no. Because
Oh,
it'd be
okay,
on
then.
your back.
Okay. I don't know. I thought that maybe I had some. Okay, well, I open it and I look in, but again, angle it away from everyone else.
It's the apple.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I put it on my back.
I'm just gonna kind of give her like a look and like nod and kind of shrug and be like, all right. So, Das, what do these runes say?
The bloody directions.
The directions for what?
Up, down, left, right, you name them.
So you're saying this big thing on the floor is just a compass?
More or less. Although, used in the right hands, it can get you from here to there. If you catch my drift.
I don't. Could you be more specific?
There's a bit mysticism for you. The goddess Zenith is one of that, but that's because she appreciates all knowledge and protects it and such. Well, basically, if this temple were operating appropriately, I could get you to other ones. Unfortunately, it seems that most of the other ones have been or connecting pieces have been compromised somehow. Can't quite see why, though. I've been staring into the center piece, trying to understand. It's blue as it usually should be.
And you tried to travel to all of the other... How many other temples like this are there?
Oh, hundreds, Are
they all here on Taurus?
Where else would they be?
Other places?
There is some legends that Igdras, also in her wisdom, is a bit of a gateway to other realms. I haven't heard much tale of it, other than that of the conceptual. But we all draw upon that realm for any our ideas and general drive want to go forward, if you understand.
So you have no idea how this fissure came about.
You keep speaking of a fissure like you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You no clue. Sorry.
Listen,
miss.
Grandpa, have you looked outside lately?
Yeah, should we walk you outside and show you?
Should we take a walk around the household, or was it estate? Let's take a walk around the estate.
I can't see, but what's this hand in front of my face? And he's waving it like less than 2 inches in front of his face. Some of the other in the temple had been screaming about some lava and shit. Is that the fissure you're talking about? They ran off like little sissy women. I don't understand.
Yeah. It looks like hell is coming up through the ground.
Our little boys can't handle a little bit of hell. Darn wankers.
Do you know what might be causing this?
Well, he did say that the one moon god switched to deception.
Deceiver.
Deceiver, yeah.
Are you telling me Igdras has gone blue?
Yes.
Oh wait, didn't someone just see the moon change color? I thought you.
That was the druid.
Yes.
Yes, the moon is now blue.
Oh, that does not bode well for Tarth. Dark times are ahead, unless Igdras is brought back to the light.
And how does that happen?
Fuck if I know. I might be old, but not that old. Jesus.
How old are you?
Oh, I'm only like 110.
Only.
Do you say that actually,
old?
May, too?
Oh, yeah, only. How old do you think you'll get?
Let me see if he's got the perception for that faint whisper. Or if you're saying it louder, though, too. He's...
Yeah, so...
with
saying it loud, how old do you...
With the protection of Elmar, I believe I can withstand another decade or so.
Cool. So do you want to take us to this chest of desire you mentioned?
I don't seem to be able to access it. I don't quite understand why. Normally it is protected behind, and he points behind the throne of Elmar. And a simple recorrelation of the directions around, and he turns back around and he points to the center sphere. Would let me enter, but I've either the code is changed without anyone's permission here, or just the general entrance is no longer available. I'm not sure.
You said what do? You just sit on the throne and read off the directions?
No, miss. Bloody hell. He waddles back over and he stands around the base of the sphere that's just in front of the two thrones, and he starts to spin the symbols around the outside, squatting down, and it grinds, and a symbol into place. If you turn this, and then he walks up and to the sphere in the center, and place your hand upon the center. At that symbol, it usually would open Elmar's passage, but it is no longer working. I don't understand. I've tried it hundreds of times now.
Maybe it's just gonna walk up and start standing on every symbol and placing their hand on the orb at
Nothing.
everyone.
But you said there was a symbol that like kind of like locked into place. Or is
Yes.
he?
He steps back off of the spinning
So is
pedestal.
it? I'm gonna like looking down at the symbols. Then the one that like locked into place, is it like glowing or indented or?
Nothing. They're all engraved into it, if that's what you're referring to, but nothing is glowing, like you'd said.
Okay.
And
So how do you know
Does it-
you have the right direction?
Mime, as you've made yourself all the way around, nothing seems to have happened after you've placed your hand on
Am I
it
doing
from every
something
symbol.
wrong?
And normally, we just know.
Huh.
I'm just gonna like grab the wheel and just give it a like. How heavy is it? Can I like spin it, or do you have to like?
You have to push it normally, so and it's inset on the floor, so you have to get down pretty low to push it. But if you wanted to like,
get low.
if you wanted to like really give it some ass behind it, I would just say roll a strength.
Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and like give it some strength and just kind of. Oh, that's a dirty 20. Give it a shove and just kind of like see what symbol lands in front of me.
It looks like Mime ran off of it just in time, because I was about to say roll dexterity throw. Because you ended up spinning it all the way back around to the point where you were only 2 symbols off of where it started. So let me see if I can grab it here. I can. Look at that. I wonder if I'll be able to spin it correctly. Probably not. Rotation. Oh, that kind of works. Oh god, that didn't work at all.
Oh, jeez. I mean, maybe that's exactly how it should work.
There we go.
And then I'm just going to like step on the symbol in front of me, take a real deep breath, and like thinking about like wanting to figure out like what's going on and wanting to find answers, just place my hand on the sphere.
Oh shit. 1d4. You place your hand on the sphere and it feels as if an intense anger is behind it, but also as if it were like a static charge just through your hand.
And I take 4 damage.
Yep.
I'm gonna take
So-
my hand off and like step off.
So we are don't we have contact with Al, right?
Yeah.
Is that's in I'm just making sure I'm not mixing up the both campaigns, because I know we've been like kind of talking with Manny, but our contact with Al really hasn't been much. I was wondering if maybe we could ask him if he knows why, the moon god is now blue.
I don't think that we have. Al was on the ship at one point, and now the ship is tiny. I don't think we have, like, Al's not in our torques or anything like in the other campaign.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I didn't know if we had any updated type of communication with him.
Unless I'm not remembering something that happened.
I thought he did talk to us, but like briefly. Like when we met with Zenith.
Do we have an open line of communication with him, though?
I don't think so.
So we have to be at the table to talk to Al.
Josh is peeing at the moment.
Ah,
I was
I
like,
need to on my perception check.
like Josh is suspiciously quiet.
The last time you guys remember talking to Al would have been at the table on Adune, kind of as you were recalling, and it took a incantation of sorts, a ritual with Heron, the goddess's apprentice, Zenith, to communicate with him. And you know he is the sleeping god that sacrificed his consciousness, if you recall, from the top of the mountain. Hermit, in explaining Alolopus's origin, fighting against Manipolis.
Oh, that's right. He fell asleep on top of Manny to like keep him subdued.
Down. Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, this could definitely be the Fisher could be just the conscious awakening of Manny. Makes sense.
Oi, so what are you all whippersnappers doing in my temple now? You gonna tell me your fucking name, your lecking names?
Sorry about that.
You know my name's Zeph.
Aye.
I still want to cast sleep on him.
Gawk indignantly.
That's Cat.
That's a, I'm blind as shit, but that's a fucking chicken.
I begawk angrily.
Its name is Cat.
Oh.
Yes, its name is Cat. I am Shia Gargant.
Oh, a Gargant! I bow. And he actually attempts to bow very miserably.
Interesting. You're just calling me a scaly creature just moments ago.
Well, is he technically wrong?
I give him a daggered look. If I could throw these scales.
I'm Frederick.
I'm Mime.
I'm Squall.
Hi, I'm Squall, and I have an addiction to bread.
Hey, you don't gotta air out the dirty laundry to every new person now.
Not just the way we're like, hi, I'm Zeph. Hi, I'm Frederick. Hi, I'm Mime. It just sounds like we're at like an AA meeting.
Gluten Gluttons Anonymous.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, hi, I'm Squall and I'm addicted to bread.
It ain't so. I can stop whatever I want.
Who's this green lass over here?
Is he looking at me?
Yeah.
Okay. Only my hair is green. Otherwise, I'm completely normal looking.
Oh, this eyesight is really not... I wish I were blessed with better, but... age is not... not what it... you forget.
I'm Thea. Nice to meet you, old timer.
Nice to meet you.
And in the old timer's defense, Thea, you are wearing alt green.
It's camouflage. It helps you out when you're living in the forest.
I just picture Thea just standing there in like a full-on ghillie suit.
Basically.
He would definitely laugh at that point. She would just... Can't... That's better. There we go.
Gotta work on your old man laugh.
Yeah.
Thea, could you cast Mend on his eyeballs? Would that fix it? That fix his eyesight like you fixed my staff?
I'm gonna guess that something bad would probably happen if I touched his eyeball and cast Mend.
Can't hurt to try, right?
Yeah, wait. If Josh, hats off. How does that, like, if you were to, this is just a general question, like, if you were to cure wounds on, like, bad eyesight, would that technically work? Or is that, like, a different
The only reason I would
thing?
say that it's sort of different, especially in this particular scenario, I'm not trying to think outside of that in this instance, only because of the said topic, that it's less of a wound and more of a general just happenstance of his agedness, you know? Like it's no longer... Still, like, your body would normally be able to heal a wound, right? Given enough time, it could heal something. But at this point, there is no more time to fix this for him. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because time has done this to him in a way.
Yeah,
Anybody
that makes
know how
sense.
to
I
make
was just...
glasses?
Since he worships the moon, do you think he doesn't sleep? So would casting sleep on him like kill him?
Why are you trying to kill Gramps over here?
I'm not. I just don't want to listen to him talk
You
anymore.
could just cast sleep and see what happens.
You could also walk away from the conversation if it bores you that much.
Well, but that's not interesting.
Making something happen is interesting.
Are you saying any of this, Frederick?
No, not allowed. No.
Okay.
What's your character's alignment, Frederick?
Lawful good.
Mm-hmm. Sure it is.
A lawful good person would definitely not put someone to sleep just because
I
they
want to
feel
put
like
him to sleep as a person.
Okay.
I am not lawful good. Let me put it that way. I'm
Um,
chaotic good at best.
so... House, do you have... Or DOS, not House. DOS, do you have any... any...
Good show.
Any, like, books or information on the goddesses and the moons that maybe could help us to try and figure out what exactly is going on?
Books? No, that's Zenith's prerogative. Knowledge, however, I've picked up a thing or two. What was the question again?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out why Igdras is now blue. And, like, what that means for Tareth and how
Maybe the goddess
Maybe-
correct it.
Oh,
Wait,
Maybe
don't
just
we
like that
have-
Disco song.
don't we have a question? Like, didn't we get a? We could ask any question. We all got like one question from Zenith.
Well, we all have a boon, but do we want to waste a boon
Isn't that a
on, like...
wish? I mean, I would waste my
I mean,
boon to figure out why the god is, like, has turned, because I feel like, are we fighting a natural wave of something that we can't, like, I'd want to get to the bottom of it. I feel like that's a worthy boon question.
My hometown is being ripped to shreds as we speak, so I'm not going to use my boon on this. Sorry, guys.
All right. Hey, guys, I have to pop off real quick, but I'll be right back. Bye.
Pop off.
Boing.
So does Das have any additional information?
Sorry. He says, but Igdras normally would turn blue, as I'd said, to become the deceiver. And no, it's been said. I haven't heard tell, or I've heard tell, but I haven't seen it myself, I guess, that Igdras would only do this to appease Manipulus, and only at a great price.
What's the price?
It varies from story to story. From one, it was one of Igdras's kin that Manipulus held hostage. And he'd promised her that child back. Another, it was that of freedom from their eternal plight around Tarth to traverse the realms at their will. Because Igdras is also the Watcher, as I'd said. And in that role, enjoys perceiving and watching things. Yeah, it might be like a play, if you understand, our lives to Igdras.
So, I guess I'm just, like, is there any way, like, what does Igdras turning into the Deceiver mean for Tareth?
It means that Manipulus has another ally, and a powerful one at that.
Wait. Manipolis and the Deceiver are allies.
When Igdras turns blue, yes.
That's not good.
Does Thea know anything about these gods? Other than what he's already said.
This would all technically be in sort of your general knowledge base, but we're all learning as we go. But yeah.
Okay, just like I feel like Cassidy is making a lot of connections in what is happening in both campaigns, but I feel like Thea would be more worried about like immediate threats than the Deceiver god.
So
But like
for Ashcat's information too, I think everybody here, because I think that was a general question from Mariel in the last campaign, which is Shia in this campaign, who'd asked it actually as most people were dissipating, and it's a good thing to recant, is the fact that you guys do have kind of lasting memories from the eurythmic veracity. Almost at points, there are times that you can't differentiate yourself from that other person. So you would be able to draw upon those other experiences. So that's why I think everyone, for instance, were very interested when he'd said that a chest of desire was in the temple. Because everybody...
Okay, so we aren't just as people interested. Our characters also know something about that. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Because I think we're all sitting here knowing what's going on, but yeah. Okay. So in theory, all of our characters should be kind of freaking out right now.
Oh, yeah.
Squawk?
I guess. Wait, so Frederick hears them talk. So I guess it just clicks for Frederick that he knows where the crown came from, at least where Warren got it. 'Cause he got it out one of those chests, right?
Yep.
I'm going to ask Das about it.
Oh, are you taking the crown out and showing
Not
him?
yet.
Oh,
Not
okay.
yet.
Has been tell of a crown that it rewrites events. It can make you the most powerful being in existence.
Ooh.
Do you know something about that crown, Frederick?
They call it the Doomsayer because it only makes appearances at times when times are at their worst. Why?
You wouldn't happen to have a description of this crown, would you?
The monks that had taught my monks that had taught me tell me it is of gold. It is of perfect circle, and it has about, I don't know, 6 gems, I think they'd said, of varying types all around.
Interesting.
Would I recognize this name? Like, would I have been taught about this name at all?
Which name is that? The crowns?
Mm-hmm.
The Doomsayer crown?
Yeah.
I think that's
I
what
just
I said.
was-
I was just trying to remember exactly what I'd said. As soon as I said it, I think
Yeah.
that clicked again in my head. Anyways,
Just because he had said the monks that taught him.
it is not a general. Actually, it is a general class that would have been taught, but it's not something that they would have gone into detail for you. So you would know of it, but not in only that it exists, potentially. That it was a legend, rather, actually.
Okay.
And most of the dragons who taught you believed it were myth more than legend.
So, old timer, where do we go next if we
Green-
want to stop this?
Stop what?
Stop this god from teaming up with this other god and wreaking havoc.
Oh. That's God business. I don't really dally in that. It has been said, though, that the legends go of myths of heroes that come to pass, and past iterations that they come to protect Tarth and take their places in the heavens.
Where are these people now?
Oh,
In the heavens?
the heroes of
Yeah.
past ages? Oh, I believe it is said that they are in many places, including Tarth. A big ...
Yeah, well, do you, what are your plans for, the rest of the day there?
I was going to try and travel out of the temple. There's no fucking lecking way that I was going to walk my arse to the next town.
Do you want to come with us?
Where the leck are you going?
Farther inside of this building?
Leck, no. I'm going outside the building.
Why? What's inside that you don't want to see?
Oh, we've seen all of the inside. It has nothing to do with it. Yeah, there's no more food left.
I mean, we have food. We'll give you food if you guide us.
I'll see a lecking cotton here. How long are you planning to be here for?
However long it takes.
I was planning to live for at least another decade myself, as it said. And that requires a good decade's worth of food. I don't see a decade's worth of food here.
We won't be here for a decade.
He kind of just looks around at you guys. Attemptually. He's very squinty-eyed. Like, oh, At that point, too, the apple in your bag, Thea,
Yeah.
jumps out onto the floor.
Does it still look like
An
crystal apple?
and it is glowing. And the let's see here. Roll dexterity against the old guy.
Me?
Yeah.
If I fail this, I'm gonna feel really bad. Oh, I got a natural one. All right.
Sorry. I have to recuperate for a second. The old guy grabs the apple as it bounces off of the floor, and you're kind of like double-handing after it. He goes, "Ahoy! You've been holding out on me!" And he walks over to the sphere in the center of the floor, cracks it open like an egg, and it oozes out, pouring all over the surface, and adheres to it, turning it a greenish hue as opposed to the blue hue that it was before. And
Thea is just like dumbfounded. Like mouth completely open, staring at this.
And as you do, the altar, and I don't have a color for it, I couldn't change it. I was trying to find something, but I couldn't all day. The altar itself on the other side of the room does turn green as well. It's kind of a golden color to emphasize that. But the path on the other side of the room opens up. You hear, anyways, behind the...
This one?
Yep, behind the red throne, a...
You sure you don't want to come with us, Das? Because I'm sure about to go click on this door.
No, little one, I'm quite good on my adventuring. I think I'm going to... And he just spins the base of the thing to a point, steps 3 steps, touches the sphere, and...
He poofs, doesn't he?
Yep.
Didn't even get to
Fucking
ask him
poofer.
about that apple. Okay. Well, that happened.
He said he was leaving. That's not the door.
He poofed away by touching the sphere. Should one of us touch it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Hey, the door's open.
Oh, you guys can actually see in there. Cool.
Oh, this is weird.
So, Mime,
Um,
you get to an edge of a giant...
Crevasse.
Sure. I was going to say that, but I was trying to find another word. I really was. I was trying so
giant
hard.
croissant.
Croissant. A giant croissant. No, void. There we go. Of nothingness in front of you. To either side, there are these floating kind of rectangles that don't look like they could hold any weight. But farther off in the distance, you hear a buzzing straight in front of you. Almost an energistic bzzz.
Like one of those bug killing lamps. Why can't I think of what they're called?
Bug zappers.
Zappers? Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah.
I walk over to this side, and I don't step on it, but I like test it.
It seems to give way, as if almost if you were stepping on air.
Well, maybe we should go touch the orb.
I check the void to see if like there's something like there that we can't see.
Farther off in the distance, you do see a light, maybe... Can you see that ping?
I can see the ping. I don't see anything out there.
Yeah, probably about around that distance, though. You're guessing at least 100 feet away. Into the pitch blackness that the rectangular pieces disappear into.
Yeah, I'm gonna suggest, you know, turning back.
I'm just gonna keep on Mommy's shoulder, so wherever she goes, I'm gonna go.
And you said it, so we can't see anything. It's just a pitch black.
Yep, other than the rectangular pieces off to the sides.
Oh, how far out can we see into the pitch black?
It looks a little less than before, probably about 50 feet than you would normally be able to see.
I'm gonna look straight ahead, sitting on Mime's shoulder, and just cast Firebolt straight, just to see how far it'll go, because it can go up to 120 feet, right? Yeah, 120 feet.
And as you do such, the bolt comes sailing across at a little over farther than you can see. A laser comes, apparently a large blue light, just
Pew pew.
strikes the fire and it's apart.
Oh.
Is the laser still happening?
It happened once or twice, but then stopped. And as
And then
you
well, go
guys
ahead.
are standing there, into place two platforms that you can see off into the distance, but the ones closest to you as you're standing there do not seem to set into place.
Interesting.
So you are standing currently 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet away from the closest platform that you can see.
I'm gonna take my staff and kind of use it almost, I don't know, like a blind person cane, and start like tapping the ground in front of me. Do I feel ground, or is it just a straight drop?
Oh, there is air in front of you. You can feel that.
So there's no ground past like where it starts getting dark.
Mm-mm.
Things on the sides. Is that a wall?
The golden platforms, they are small, seemingly floating, almost wafer thin rectangular pieces.
Is
Can
that
we
where
tell
the-
what they're like made of?
They seem to be almost of gold, yeah.
Is that where the platforms came from?
That you can see far off in the distance seem to be attached to them by a form of energy, yes. Which are all shaped in that of varying forms of the moons.
I don't know if this will work, but I'm just going based on the fact that like there was primordial writing out there, and the cat just used fire, and those appeared. I am going to take my wind wand out of my backpack and give it a flick down the hall and like send a gust of wind down. Does anything happen?
Laser comes and strikes that air, alighting it into a beautiful sizzling. And let's see if I can find it here. Nope. Where did he go?
Hey, yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Two platforms slide into place in front of you. The closest one being about 8 feet away.
Is there like any like loose rocks around?
How big?
Like a hand size, like fit in the palm of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
I pick one up and I toss that into the void.
And the laser strikes it out before it even reaches the level of the platform.
So what do you think are the odds that if we try and use these platforms, that laser is just going to disintegrate us?
Well, we can't use the
I
platforms.
don't think it will.
Well,
I
they're
think-
not. What is that? The platforms aren't sturdy enough for us to stand on.
How do you know?
We tried.
Well, those were the outside ones.
Okay, I mean, you're welcome to try again.
I think we need to use all of the elements.
Just make more platforms?
And then we can probably walk across.
Frederick, do you want to try throwing a rock onto that platform and see if it stays? No? Okay.
Well, he just threw a rock.
I mean, onto the platform to see if it gives out, like if it can hold weight.
What elements
What
have we
about
already?
We need
Yeah.
water.
what
Oh,
about
I can create water.
what about someone using like mage hand and like pushing down on it?
I don't have it, but I think testing any weight might be a good idea before we try and jump onto them.
I also can send light.
Uh,
I don't know if spiritual weapon would be
I think-
useful.
I think we should do all of the elements first.
Oh, so like wind, water, fire.
Thunder.
Yeah, I can create
'cause-
water.
So before you came down here, Shia, this was just a black hallway, and then Cat cast Fireball, and the two farthest platforms appeared. I just used the Wind Wand, and the two closest ones appeared. And then Frederick threw a rock, and the lasers hit, but I don't see any platforms, but they could be farther down.
I'm gonna cast water as soon as my thing rolls again. I tried to do this, no, it didn't register. Or cast create water, that one.
Are you aiming it anywhere?
So I can create up to 10 gallons of clean water. Alternatively, the water falls as a rain in a 30-foot cube. So I guess we're gonna go with the rain. So it's a 30-foot cube of water that just falls, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So like across this whole range.
Okay. As the water hits those platforms there, they sloosh off the sides of them, and the kind of forms back around them, holding them in place. They don't seem to move.
Well, that's good.
And
Oh,
the laser slams into it as it dissipates. Oh, I gotta turn it back off. As it's dissipating in through the water and evaporating some of it. But then 2 more platforms appear in your vision farther off in the distance, making it look as if it
Maybe
were a walkable space.
Maybe I didn't throw enough rock.
What if I did
What if you did what?
thunder wave? It like pushes ground. Nah. I don't know why I always thought I always considered thunder wave to be a ground. I guess it is just thunder.
It's a sound, yeah.
I have erupting earth.
I think that's what.
Yeah, what does that do?
A fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube centered on a point.
Yes, that. Yeah, I feel like that's it.
Okay. That, I guess, on the other side of the crevasse.
Okay, so as far as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And, So you hear far down deep this gurgling as if the casting had worked, and the light from before that had come straight across attempts to arc in between the platforms and shoot the blue light down, but seems to also be absorbed into it, so that just disappears into the darkness, and 2 more platforms appear. Creating, as you can see, still 8 feet away from you, but a solid surface off into the darkness.
I take a bow.
I clap.
I think that maybe we should still try thunder too, just to give it a shot. Did we do thunder yet?
I could do thunder.
Yeah, just earth, air, fire, and water is what
I mean,
I'm right now.
what's stopping us from getting on these? Oh, because we need ones closer?
I mean, it's 8 feet away. I don't know how comfortable everybody is with jumping that far.
It's 2 of me. It's 2 of me away.
I'm not super comfortable jumping 8 feet to my possible death, but I also don't know. This might be all of the platforms. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think there's probably something else that can come up closer.
I mean, I could try thunder.
Yeah, go for it.
I cast thunder wave. Thunder.
On anywhere in particular?
I like down this area. It's a 15-foot.
Yeah.
I'd probably take a step. Actually, Okay, sorry. Obviously, she did not cast this back here. She moves forward towards the edge. She goes, "You guys probably should take through few 3 to 15 steps back," and then casts it. Like, you have to be 15 feet away from her.
Alrighty.
Oh, it's a 20 cube centered on that point. So 5, 10, 15, 20. You have to be at least this far away.
Alright, cool.
Cat.
BRB is Cat's current condition, so I've moved them towards the nose of Gunther.
Okay.
Can Cat be riding Gunther? That would be cute.
It would be cute.
Make sure to ask Cat, I guess. Frederick?
Oh yeah, Frederick, are you moving?
He might be AFK as well.
He might be, but I didn't see any notation towards such, so I figured I'd ask at least. But where are you aiming it again?
Well, so I mean, it's a 20-foot cube on me, so I can't really aim it.
On you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is verbal and semantic. I think we'd said before a while back when you'd used it the first time too. It had something to do with a clap, and not the disease.
Yeah. she gets itchy at the end after it. Yeah. So, she does her big clap, and the thunder wave crashes from her.
And the air wave that results from such seems to be met with the laser yet again. And come on, work with me here.
Oh, would you look at that?
Nope, not that one. The other one. Oh, come on. There we go. There's a solid surface. That the platforms come up to meet right in front of your feet.
And looked back with a big old cheesy smile on her face. See that? We did it!
Do they look sturdy and safe now?
As Shia walks across them, they don't seem to do anything else but wobble.
Cool.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble.
Even in my head.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby. Get in
So
there!
we're not getting shot by lasers.
Negative. It does not seem to be.
Good thing
I like
we
that we're
found
not
that out.
getting shot by lasers.
Yeah. Good thing we found that out when we were already walking across.
Yeah,
Am I being left behind or just forgotten?
Negative. You were riding Gunther. At least that was the hope. Everyone
Okay.
Oh
said.
yeah, when you were BRBing, we decided you were riding Gunther.
Perfect.
Oh,
That looks like the
we're
moon.
gonna have to find a key.
Right?
Right, I'm guessing this is locked.
Has Gunther ever tried to eat me?
Haha.
No, Gunther
That's a good question.
is well trained.
Good.
Gunther's
So-
the goodest boy.
What did I find?
A vast array of treasure. Specifically,
Cool.
golden gems, and the only item that you see on top is a bowl.
A bowl. I
Gold.
want the bowl.
Golden of sorts.
So,
I want the bowl.
Josh, This back here, though, when we first came through, is this like, this is the moon. Is it fractured?
There is an energy kind of emanating from a pedestal
The moon?
right there that you're standing in front of. It seems to be a circular, kind of similar to what you would imagine the moon together what might look like. With no color. On top of this golden energy form of a pedestal.
Oh, this is the laser shooty thing.
You may take bull.
Yeah, I want the bowl.
Unless anyone's dexterity checking that, you got it.
Yeah, I feel like you were way ahead of us in this situation. So if you grab the bowl, you grab the bowl. I guess do we all split, or are we sneaking?
Yes.
Wait, are we trying to go somewhere from here?
Well, don't we want to divvy up what's in the chest?
Sure.
Frederick reaches into the chest, see if he can feel anything.
There is a solid piece that your knuckle brushes across that is more solid than the golden gems that you're passing through.
I try to reach around and grab it.
And you grasp a handle of sorts.
I pull it out.
And out comes a full-on shield out of the depths.
What does it look like?
A helmet.
It's a shield that looks like a helmet?
Indeed.
Interesting.
And it appears to be made of a silver substance.
Interesting. Who's ever next go?
I'm gonna get up into the box and just kind of like nestle myself on top of all the treasures and hunker down like it's a nest.
Aw.
Oh.
Wait, so like if you reach in, so if you look in, do you see everything? Or
You see what you see on top, excluding the bowl.
Right, 'cause the bowl's
and
gone.
we just watched Frederick pull out a helmet.
Shield
From it?
that looks like a helmet.
A shield. Yeah.
But we would all know from like the eurythmic veracity what the chest of desires is, right?
Yep.
We would.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Can you tell me anything about this bowl that I took out?
It, besides being golden, is reminiscent of a vague recollection of you having seen someone else possessing it.
Okay. About how big is it?
It is probably a foot in diameter, so it's a pretty big bowl.
Oh, holy cow. Okay, maybe I don't want the bowl.
It fits in your sack, no problem. And it's metal, so it won't break. You're thinking about it, and you're like, this could hold a hearty stew.
Yeah. Does cat fit in it? Would it serve as like a
cat could fit in it.
A cat bowl?
Yeah, I can put some nice soft things at the bottom. You can sleep in it.
That is confirmed.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to the chest and stick my hand in.
Okay. And you grab a large sphere.
Ooh. A sphere made of, is it opaque? Is it clear?
I don't know.
Is it a crystal ball?
Did you grab it out?
Yeah.
So as you pull it forth, in your hand is a reflectant sphere of many sides, it looks like, that reflects everything around you.
So
Wait, didn't we find another sphere somewhere else?
So it's a reflectant sphere. Is it like a disco ball, or is it like a crystal?
More of like a disco ball.
Didn't we steal a special sphere from some guy we killed?
Yeah, I have it. It deflated. It was like an inflatable globe or something.
Okay, not the same thing then.
I'm gonna label as disco ball in my inventory.
As they're doing
Perfect.
this, I equip the helmet shield.
You're just looking at it, or?
I was gonna like replace one of my shields.
Oh, okay. So you put the other shield in your bag or something like that.
Something.
Okay. Just attach it to your back for all intents and purposes.
Well, we ready to keep going?
I'll reach in. Take my hand around, see if I feel anything.
You grasp a firm, prevalent shaft.
I I give the shaft a tug.
And surprisingly comes forth a full staff of a metal variety that you hadn't quite seen. It's reflectant similar to Mime's crystal ball, but not quite of... It seems to be of a polished nature, if anything, but you're not quite sure what type of metal it is.
Okay.
Alright, I reach in.
Was that Shia? Sorry, I wasn't...
Yeah.
So, you grasp upon almost this flat piece that's it's barely in your grasp.
A what?
Flat piece of something that's barely in your grasp.
All right. I put two hands in, kind of feel around to see if I can get a better grasp on.
And you do, and pull. Are you pulling it forth?
Yeah, I'm pulling it forth.
Out comes what appears to be a massive blade of grass. That, as you're holding it, the thing stands about as tall as Mime would if it were on the ground. It wraps around your arm and sits there and meshes into the scales. So those scales turn to green in a spiral all the way up from your shoulder down to your hand.
Whoa, cool tattoo.
Bagok.
Does everyone take like a step back?
No, I take a step
Wait,
forward because I think it's
What
so
happens
cool.
what happens if you drop the blade of grass?
It's no longer in her hands. It's
No,
It's on her. I see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn over and poke it. Like
Poke
not
him out.
aggressively, like gently. Yeah, I'm gonna poke where your arm's green.
and you just feel scales as if they were normal.
Huh. I wonder if you can photosynthesize now.
She legitimately ponders photosynthesis.
Is she trying to photosynthesize right now?
Well, no, there's no
It's sunlight.
sun.
Well, technically, some parts of photosynthesis occur in darkness. You don't necessarily have to have light, but that's neither here nor there.
Do I sense more energy?
You do.
Oh shit! Photosynthesizing.
I want to start pecking at the gold that I'm sitting on. Does anything happen?
You grasp upon what you think is a platinum piece, but as you pull it forth, is actually you're looking at it and you realize it's not quite a nominalized currency, but it seems to be some sort of charm. And you're looking at it, and it seems to go to some sort of necklace, and as you're pulling it forth, 9 more pieces float to the surface.
On a chain? Or a string of any kind?
Yes, a chain
Okay. I'm
of
just
silver.
picturing a chicken on a pile of gold trying to struggle to rip a necklace out of a pile of gold.
Like a worm out of the ground.
I'm gonna get this booger. Bugok. So how big is this necklace compared to me?
The charm itself is probably about the size of one of your claws, but the necklace descends into the gold and silver and other gems.
I guess I'm gonna continue to tug.
And as you pull, 9 charms of the same shape and size come out, along with a torque at the end.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Oh damn.
What?
One of us. One of us. One of us.
So I drag what I can over to Mime and try to like gesture to her to like put it on me in some way. Just very excitedly bouncing up and down with this necklace in my beak.
Mime, roll in insight.
Inside. Ooh, good. I should do well.
15.
15.
You're kind of getting the gist of what Cat wants you to do.
Okay, so I pick up the charm and the chain. Do I notice anything about it?
The charms are that, you're looking at them and you're like, oh. They're kind of made of the same material our torques are.
Cool.
As you're putting
Okay.
a similar item on Cat,
Yeah.
which is cat-sized, as opposed to everyone else's, too. And slides right around Cat's neck, and you guys can all start to hear coherent thoughts from Cat just pouring forth in your heads.
Oh.
Very cool.
An emotional
I-
moment for the party.
Yeah, do I sense this? That they like that I am able to finally have a voice?
Sense not so much, but you're kind of looking around at the everyone, and they're seeing your eyes go out of their head, and you're like, wait, do you hear me?
Can you guys hear me? Can you
Fuck
hear
off.
Bug fucking off.
Guys, you can understand me, can't you?
I
Just-
can just hear that. Can Shia just start playing like really emotional music, like just the tear jerking, slow ballad?
The medieval version of In the Arms of an Angel.
Yes. Exactly.
Welcome to the hive mind, Cat.
Oh my god, yes! I haven't had a voice in so long. I've been stuck like this for so long with no one to talk to for real. And I'm just gonna start running around on the gold inside the chest and like flapping my wings.
Wait, what do you mean stuck like this?
I wasn't always this small and adorable.
You mean you were a much larger chicken, or?
No, but that would be interesting. I was once a beautiful man.
A man.
Beautiful.
I just kind of like run in Squall's general direction, like, yes, a man. Is it hard to believe?
No, I guess not. You're the cat that's a chicken, so I mean,
I
What
am that.
yeah.
What happened to you?
A beautiful woman turned me into a chicken.
That
Sit
bitch.
down sullenly.
Can we help turn you back? Do you want to go back to being a man, or is this fun for you?
Yes, I would love to be a man again.
On the bright side, you still have a pecker.
Jesus.
How long were you waiting for that one? Damn, that was good.
That was fucking brilliant.
Shit.
Yes, I would love to be a man again. Wait, did you say this as Frederick?
Yes.
I peacock loudly. And then you hear laughter in my head. Like, yes, this is true, but I would love to be a man again.
So wait,
I
well-
do not know if I am able to be turned back.
what was your name as a man?
Cat!
So wait, did you deserve this, or what did you do to get turned into this chicken?
Deserve this.
Oh, that makes so much sense. Are you like a short black dude? Last name Williams?
Oh,
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, that's spelled with a K.
yeah.
I did not deserve this. I was romancing a beautiful woman
Mm.
when she turned me into this, and she said, when I learned my lesson, I could be a man again.
What was the lesson?
Have
She
you learned it?
didn't say. She just said, when I learned my lesson. And then she left me in the middle of town as a chicken.
Define romancing a beautiful woman.
The three of us are skeptical.
Well, I met her in a fine tavern one night, and it was a night of festivities. And I bought her a drink, and I continued to talk to her and flirt with her, and I gave her many, many compliments and bought her many more drinks. And as she went to leave the tavern, I went with her, escorting her through town, continuing to flatter her as best as I could, until she finally turned to me and said, "That is enough," and turned me into a chicken.
Okay,
that's-
Gaston.
Stalked her.
I feel like you might be missing out on some stuff.
So you stalked her, and then she turned you into a chicken.
I was not stalking her. It was
What
the
were-
first
what
night
were-
I had met her.
What were some of these flattery terms that you used?
Were you catcalling?
Oh, no.
It gets so good.
That's fucking great.
I'll see myself out.
Oh,
If I didn't mute myself, you guys would be deaf right now.
oh, that made me so happy. My life is complete. I can die now.
Well, maybe once we get out of wherever this is, we can try and help you work on your lesson.
I would much appreciate that. Thank you, my friends. I would be in debt to you.
No deaths needed. I'm happy to help.
Is there anything else in this around this chest, or is the chest the only thing in this little part of the cavern?
It is the only thing.
I'm gonna get up out of the chest and just hop onto Mime's shoulder. And just be like, "Thank you, friend. You carrying me around is quite nice."
Mime gives some finger guns.
I attempt to do a finger gun with my wing, very awkwardly.
Yes.
I do have a question. Can chickens fly?
Yes.
I know I've seen them flutter, but do they technically fly?
They can fly like 20 feet.
That's what I would say too. Is
Yeah,
like,
say not like a goose or anything, but they can like a turkey. They can like fly up in the air, but they don't go very far.
Okay.
Yeah.
see, the weird thing about turkeys is that everybody misconceives the fact that they can fly. However, if they can actually get up the height. The problem with chickens is they can't get up that height that other birds can do to get on the gusts of wind that is flying. Because as quote-unquote Buzz Lightyear, flying is just falling with style.
The more you know.
Turkey
Another
facts.
moment brought to you by Rum Rollers. Oh,
Oh, bollocks. But, yeah, so that's the chickens can gust over to another region. I don't know how else to phrase it, but yeah, they can flutter, how you guys were saying too. I can't think of another better way to say it, but they can definitely glide to a certain point. But they can't just they just don't have that upper air.
I would like to point out that it is 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you guys are doing with this chest, but we could definitely press pause.
Yeah, I would say press
Yeah.
pause.
Also, on on the note of the chain of other things that came out besides the torque, the symbols on the talismans that were pulled forth were similar to that of a spike.
Oh, what?
A spike, like you would
Spike.
use to put in a tent or something.
Hmm.
Oh,
Do we recognize that?
You could do a history check if you wanted, but not off the top of your heads.
I'm kind of tired, y'all, so I'm gonna see you guys next week.
All right.
All right.
Joe.
Bye.
Bye.
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye.
I am likewise gonna roll bounce. Good session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great sesh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Until next time.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Enjoy your disco ball.
I will.
So, Josh, are we about to meet our alter egos again?
Be your alter egos.
Meet them.
Meet them. Not again.
I feel like the two stories are converging again. Is that not true?
I think it's the opposite. It's more of that they're deconverging. That's not really a word, but I couldn't think of a better one. So you guys were just one, right? Less than like basically a month ago in real time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're still kind of like trying to grasp terms with that. Like you were one and now you're like now you're not again. So you're kind of like in your heads trying to be yourself without the other person.
Yeah. I guess the story now, though, like there's things that are happening in both the stories that are relevant to each other.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there wasn't always, but it feels like
There's more.
I just see a lot of stuff right now.
Oh yeah. Setting up for the setup, you know. Cuz
I like it.
Eurythmic veracity is hopefully a recurring thing.
Hopefully. Should
Hope-
happen once a year.
Yeah, at the very least.
Every year we're gonna fight ourselves.
Gotta
Yes.
get interesting.
Be more prepared for the second time at least.
Yeah, everyone have your characters prepared in case something goes wrong.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go too, but thanks, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. Night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I'll have to come up with the next theme. Did you ever come up with... You did come up with one, didn't you? Right off the spot. I wrote it down already, too.
Yeah. I just figured because I was like, I kind of have like a general outline of what kind of person Kat is or
Mhm.
was.
Yeah,
And I was like, I'm just gonna roll with that.
perfect. Yeah, that's kind of how I thought of these topics, too. Because I was listening to somebody else, how they help people with their characters and such, and that was one of the thoughts they said is just come up with a theme and each person talk about it in the character creation sesh, but we're way past that point now, so I was like, how can I apply that to now? And flashback seems like a reasonable way because heck, I have that happen now. I'm just going about my day and all of a sudden, flashback!
Yeah, like, why did I remember this memory? Or like, that was a nice time.
Yeah, exactly.